Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to this video where we are going to be looking at the best formation in FIFA 19. Now it's sort of back to the old school. This is a formation that's been pretty tried and tested in previous FIFAs, and let me tell you, after using it extensively and testing others, this one is the one to go for, especially early on in FIFA 19. Now it is the 4-3-1-2, and I'll show you the team that mainly I've been using with. I have mixed sort of players in and out of this team, which adds even more credibility to it because it's not just one group of players, and actually a lot of these players have been pretty cheap, so it really shows off the way that this formation plays. And what I love about it is you have a back four, very solid, very tried and tested. Everyone knows what to expect from a back four. Now while you don't have wingers, the two fullbacks on both sides, obviously we've got Yedlin and Rose in this lineup, provide all of the width, and they really like to get forward. Now you can definitely set them to stay back while attacking if that's not your preferred style, but I think that works really well in this lineup, and that's mainly because you don't have wingers. So they provide the width, they get forward, they overlap, they get lots of crosses in. They're actually going to score a fair few goals, as they have done for me. So they provide a really nice way of attacking in this game, which I absolutely love. One thing to definitely consider is that it does leave the two centre-backs a little bit exposed, but your midfielder here, playing almost like a CDM, and I've gone for Eric Dyer, drops back in to almost make a 3 at the back, which just allows enough time for the fullbacks to get back. You even find players like Sissoko here, when I can get on him, Sissoko and Herrera also drop back into the fullback position to cover, which is really good because these guys aren't the quickest, so they're not going to get up and down like Rose and Yedlin will, but they will provide the cover to allow people to get back into formation. It's a really solid team, I must admit, and it's a really solid formation that provides lots of defensive support. You know, you really do pack the box out. There's very little space for your opponent to work in, which means you'll make tons of blocks. You might concede a fair few corners, I must admit, but you will make tons of blocks and tackles, and then you'll be able to break at speed. You'll get the ball into players like Dyer, Sissoko and Herrera, who and then in 1 or 2 passes can get the ball to the players that matter. And that's where it really works, because you can go from back to front incredibly quickly, and once you get the ball into your centre attacking mid, which is easily one of the most important positions within the team, then you'll be able to take advantage of the space that you'll have created by the fact that you'll have frustrated your opponent to death. Now your cam needs to be someone who is pretty good with the ball, someone who has potentially high dribbling and good passing. Definitely the passing for me is key, because that's going to be the area that you play in all of the players, whether it's your 2 strikers, a runner from midfield, or even the 2 fullbacks who are getting forward. You actually end up with lots and lots of runners in this formation, which I really love. So there's tons of options for passes, and also lots of people who are making those runs forward, taking out defenders, so you have space, but you also have options to move the ball forward, and it just provides tons of goals for both your cam and the 2 strikers, who will profit all day long. It works really well. It's a very solid team. You've obviously got the 3 in midfield, which is very hard to break down. It forces people wide, so you don't have much option in terms of getting through the middle, which is where you're most vulnerable. Pushing people wide, yes, it does give them space out there, but if you're compact in the middle, all they're going to be able to do is either cut back inside where they'll run into trouble, or cross the ball in where you've got your keeper who can come and claim it, and you've got your 2 big centre backs who can go and head it out, and then you can hit people on the break. It is a very counter-attacking team, very counter-attacking formation, but it works incredibly well, and I really like it. We'll go ahead and have a look at the custom tactics now, as that is really important in terms of how this formation plays. And the way that I have it is the defence is defensive style, well, is on pressure on heavy touch, which works really well. It's not constant pressure, so it doesn't kill you, but it just means when there's the opportunity, you win the ball back, you're patient. Width there at 4 bars, depth at 6. So you are quite deep, but not incredibly deep where you can't really get forward and you just feel like all you're doing is defending. The offensive style is a fast build-up, because we want to move from back to front very quickly, and that works incredibly well for this team. The width, very compact, very narrow, both in defence and in attack. That's where we want to go through the heart. We don't really have too many wingers or anything like that, so there's no point playing with loads of width because it's just not there really. Players in the box is pretty high, as you can see. That is so that we can get those runners forward once we win the ball back and we've got lots of options. And also it's quite good on corners and free kicks because we want the options there when we do have those dead ball situations. Now I'll just show you the player instructions that I have on the players, as obviously that sort of really adds to the custom tactics as well. So we have stay central and getting behind on the 2 strikers, as you can see. On David Silva, that centre attacking mid, we have stay forward. And on Eric Dyer, the sort of CDM for this team almost, we have aggressive interceptions and stay back while attacking, so that he really does play that anchor for the midfield and drop back into that defence to make that 3 at the back when needed. So that was the formation, guys. Let me know in the comments below if you've got any good formations that you've been using that have been working well for you, and if you have any questions on the players that I've been using, this formation in general, or just FIFA 19, then ask away in the comments below, and peace.